Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Mel.Holistic. I am Mel, form for Melissa. So I've noticed that many yoga practitioners and beginners actually make some common mistakes in some yoga poses. And in this video, I'm going to show you what are those and how you can actually correct them so that you'll get the most benefit out of the yoga poses. So once you're ready, join me and let's begin. Let's start with side stretch. So many yoga beginners actually do side stretch in this manner by hunching the back, lowering the chest, and sometimes the hip bones come up. So this is the wrong way. In fact, you should sit your hip bones down and open up your chest and lengthen your arms so that your chest is open up, and that is the correct way. So never hunch in this side stretch pose. Another mistake that yoga beginners make is to actually hold the breath and stiffen up their face whenever they are in a difficult pose that they can't do or hold for a long time. Let me give you an instance. In, let's say, half boat pose, yoga beginners will find that, they cannot hold the pose for too long, and they start to hold the breath and stiffen up the face, which you should not be doing that because I am going to suffocate. So you should breathe and just relax through the pose. Now let us try the correct way to get into low lunge. Many yoga beginners do low lunge with their knee over the toes. Alright, in this manner, you are actually putting a lot of unnecessary pressure on your knee. So instead of doing this, you should think about 90 degree for your angle, where your knee, a 90 degree angle for your knee, where your knee is stacked directly above your ankle. And you can place the other knee slightly behind to stretch your front thigh. And if your fingers cannot touch the floor, always use blocks for support. It can be in a low level, middle, or high, depending on which is comfortable for you when you practice this pose. So in low lunge, one more time, knee stacked above your ankle and stretch out your left front thigh. And now half split. So many yoga beginners have tight hamstring, which is very common, just like me when I first started out in yoga, and they tend to do this. So you notice that your knee is bent and the back is rounded, and in fact you don't actually reap any benefit from this. In half split, what we want is to stretch our hamstring. So what you need to do is to prop up your body, straighten out your knee. So if you can't straighten your knee, prop your body higher. It can be in different heights for your block, alright, for better support, or lower if you can, even to the lowest level. As long as your right knee is straight and your hips is stacked directly above your knee. So in this manner, lengthen your back so that you can stretch out your hamstring effectively. Another common mistake is in a book pose. Many yoga beginners with tight hamstring, just like me when I first started out, definitely you're unable to touch your toes, and many in fact try to round your back to touch your toes, which is a wrong way. What you need to do is to think of lengthening your back. You can even bend your knees so that your back can lengthen and try to touch on your toes. Right, if you can't, you can use the help of a belt. Okay, you can lengthen out the full length of the belt to keep your knee straight, and slowly lower down your body by pulling the belt. And just stay wherever you are comfortable at in book pose. Over time, you can slowly reach out to your toes with your back lengthened. Now let us try pigeon pose. So many yoga beginners, when they're in pigeon pose, their hips are actually slanted to a side. You notice that my hips are slanted to one angle instead of being squared to the front. So what yoga practitioners and beginners can do is to place a block underneath your glutes, prop it up so that your hips can be squared to the front. And next, the knee, instead of opening out, your knee should be facing down onto the mat. Okay? And this is a better alignment for all yoga beginners to practice. Mistakes. Now let us do some common mistakes for a standing pose. Let's start off with chair pose. So in chair, many yoga beginners bend their knees with their knees over their toes in this manner. So if you notice that you are putting a lot of pressure on your knees, so what you need to do is to push your knees back so that it does not go over your toes. Try to sink your hips low and you can straighten up your arms. And that is the way to chair pose. And now let us try triangle pose. So many yoga beginners, they do triangle pose like this with their back hunched down. So what we want in triangle pose is to open up our chest. Even if it means that one of your hands is unable to touch the floor, it is fine. What you can do is to prop your hand up on a block in different heights, but on the lowest height, or just hold on to your ankle or hold on to your calf. Most importantly is to open up your chest. Your right and left hand goes one straight line. Alright, so find whatever that works for you in triangles. So I shared with you some common mistakes that many yoga beginners actually make, including myself when I first started out on my yoga journey. So hopefully what I shared with you have helped to correct your alignment. So do practice more. And if you like what you have seen, give me a thumbs up, like, write in the comments what other videos that you would like me to do for you, and remember to subscribe for more videos to come your way. Have a nice day and see you in my next video.